3. Got it? Ready to start here? Good afternoon, everybody. Call to order the full meeting of the McLean County Board this Thursday, August 11th, 2022. And I have an invocation or a moment of silence by Member Lehman. Please stand.
Greetings and hello, everybody. So as we all come here today, I am sure we have had a variety of experiences in what's happened in our day, whether it has been a great day or whether it has been a day. One thing that I would like to say is instead of all coming here with our various experiences and things that can take us out of our focused intention of what we're doing, is instead of focusing on our differences in what we experience throughout the course of the day, I'd like to take a moment and experience something that we share. At least I hope we all share it. If we don't, we might have a problem. And that is our breath. So as we take some time to focus on what we're all here to do as citizens, as administration, as elected officials, I'd like to take a few moments and share a few breaths together for the simple fact that as someone who personally struggles with anxiety, knowing that in taking a deep breath, it helps you calm your mind. It can help you be centered. It can help you be focused on the task at hand. And the task at hand at this moment is being able to best serve our county and our community. So if you would with me, and I know everyone has different abilities throughout the course of breath, but what I'm going to do, and I would encourage you to do as well, let's take one deep breath together, counting in to 5, mentally counting into 5 as you inhale and then exhale all together, again counting to 5. I hope in being able to share a deep breath together that we can all move forward and focus on our county business. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for sharing one of the most common things that we all share together each and every day.
Thank you. County Clerk, please call the roll.
William John Friedrich.
Present.
Elizabeth Johnston.
Here.
Val Lehman.
Present.
Randall Martin.
Here.
Catherine Metzger.
Present.
Jim Rogal. Absent. Susan Schaefer.
Here.
James Sollner. Gerald Thompson. Absent. Shana Wachinski. Here. George Wendt.
Present.
Josh Barnett.
Present.
Hannah Beer. Absent. Beverly Bell. Here. Lindsay Bloomfield. Sharon Chung.
Present.
Leah Klein.
Present.
Chuck Erickson.
Present.
John McIntyre.
Here. So we have 16 members present and 3 absent. At this time, we do have a quorum. And we'll go on to item number 4 on our agenda. Appearance by members of the public or county employees in reference to an item on the agenda. And we have one person from the public who has applied to speak. So would Mr. Corey Wills please come to the podium? We're here. Mr. Wills, you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Yes, sir. There should be a button.
There should be a button on the side of that wand on top there, one side.
I believe so. Is it on?
You have it. Yes, sir. All right. Proceed.
Good evening, McLean County Board members. My name is Corey Wills, and I am the president of the McLean County Sheriff's Deputies Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 176 Union. I am an 18-year veteran of the McLean County Sheriff's Department. Standing here before you is something that I had never imagined I would be doing this evening. We typically do not get involved in politics as we are fair and unbiased public servants of this community. So standing in front of you this evening should show you how important this matter is to law enforcement personnel. We believe that Crystal Abel is not a qualified candidate for the McLean County Board. When Miss Abel is posting on social media, and I quote, "Roses are red, no lives are blue, defund the police and abolish ICE too," this is a huge red flag for the safety of this community. Although Miss Abel is free to believe what she wants, she is not entitled to hold public office. We believe her social media posts should be disqualifying for a seat on the McLean County Board. Miss Abel does not believe in the criminal justice system, law enforcement, and quite frankly, Miss Abel is anti-police. Miss Abel and her associates are known throughout the community with their protests and social media postings of anti-police. As you are aware, these last few years have been very difficult on law enforcement. As a whole, law enforcement across the country is understaffed, overworked, and has ongoing retention issues. Agencies are struggling to get qualified applicants for police jobs. McLean County has great officers, and we pride ourselves on professionalism. The defund the police movement has proven not to work. We do not need someone on the board who has such extreme anti-police views. We want to bring the community together, not tear it apart. Ms. Abel's views on law enforcement would cause great division within the community and this board. The citizens of this county deserve to have a qualified candidate, one who keeps an open mind and is supportive of the safety of the community. Again, we would not be here unless we felt it absolutely necessary to let you know how completely opposed law enforcement is to the idea of Ms. Abel being appointed to this board. In conclusion, this is not about being a Democrat or a Republican. This is about doing the right thing. We are the first line of defense in the safety and well-being of this community. Your spouses, your children, grandchildren, loved ones, they all have the right to feel safe in our community. We urge you not to appoint Ms. Abel, whose presence on the board would cause so much division in our community and within fellow law enforcement. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We'll go on to item number 6, the consent agenda. You have it before you. What say you? Motion by Member Metzger to approve. Is there a second? Second by Member Chung. Comments or questions or discussion about our agenda? We have no transfer ordinance today as part of your agenda. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. And opposed? The motion is carried. We'll go on to the report of the standing committees. Vice Chairman Soldner, Executive Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Executive Committee has a few items tonight. The first one is 7A1A, request approval of the chairman's recommendation on appointment to County Board District Number 4, and I will turn it back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Member Soldner. We had one applicant for District 4 replacement for Matthew Coates, and that is Crystal Abel. And Crystal interviewed before the Executive Committee, and at this time, I'll make a recommendation to accept her in replacement of Mr. Coates on our board in District 4. Is there a second? I'm sorry, make the recommendation. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Member Klein, second by Member Lehman. Comments, questions, or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. We'll have a roll call vote. Please call the roll. Chair won't vote.
William John Friedrich,
No.
Elizabeth Johnston,
Yes.
Val Lehman,
Yes?
Randall Martin,
No.
Catherine Metzger,
No.
Susan Schaefer,
No.
James Soldner,
No.
Shana Wachinsky. George Wendt. Josh Barnett,
Yes.
Beverly Bell. Lindsay Bloomfield. Sharon Chung,
Yes.
Leah Klein. Chuck Erickson.
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 8. Mhm. Pardon me?
How many yeses and noes?
I got 8, if I counted right. 8 noes and 7 yeses.
8, okay, so there's 7 yeses, 8 noes. My recommendation is defeated. I'm going to stop and think here for a minute because I have 60 days to make a recommendation for an appointment to fill the board. I'm thinking we'll have, applications will have to be in by noon on Monday, August 22nd into our office for replacement for Mr. Coates. I'll have to have a special meeting before the 29th. So right now, let's have it on Friday, August 26th for a special meeting to vote on a replacement for Mr. Coates. I'll take applications up to Monday, August 22nd at noon. And I think what else I need to do with this? Sorry. Well, I think in keeping with what we've had, we probably should have it at 5:30. Special meeting of the board at 5:30 PM on Friday, August 21st, for the single purpose of replacing Mr. Coates in District 4. I should add that 26th. Everybody got that all right? Yeah, Monday, August 22nd, applications need to be in by noon. And we'll have a special meeting on the 26th, Friday at 5:30. And our applicant, Crystal Abel, is welcome to apply again. Okay? All right. Back to you, Member Solon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In light of the last action, 7AB is not required or not needed. So I'll go on to 7AC, request approval of R.W. Vandergraff Painting and Decorating as a contractor for plaster repair and painting at the old McLean County Courthouse, McLean County Museum, and I so move.
Motion Vice Chairman Solner, second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions?
Well, actually, Mr. Chairman, my question was actually from the previous item on the agenda.
Okay?
I was just wondering, what is the procedure if when the board meets again in 2 weeks on that Friday, what if the board doesn't come to a consensus with a candidate that comes forward? What happens then?
I don't know. We'll have to go back to our legal team in the state's attorney's office and see what the interpretation of the statute is and what the board would say, the state board, as far as giving us any more time for the application. That's all I can tell you right now.
Is that something that you or administration or the state's attorney's office can look into in the next few days here and send an email out to the entire board? So we're all
Sure,
aware
thank
of-
you. I think we can probably do that, okay? Thanks for the request.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. So we had a motion on the floor and a second. Any other comments or questions? If none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion is carried.
Next item is 7A1D, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2022 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the American Rescue Plan Fund 0163, and I so move.
Motion by Vice Chairman Solner, second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion's passed.
Those are the only action items for tonight. Our general report can be found in our unapproved minutes, and I would be glad to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the report of the Finance Committee. Chairman Metzger.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. Finance Committee brings one item to action, 7B1A, accept and place on file of the single audit report for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2022. And that can be found on pages 94 through 113. And I so move.
Motion by Chairman Metzger. Is there a second? Second by Member Lehman. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And motion's carried.
We have no other action items. Our general report can be found on pages 10 through 13 of the unapproved meeting minutes, and I would be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Thank you. Let's go on to the report of the Health Committee. Chairman Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has one item for action today, 7C1A, request approval and ordinance of the McLean County Board amending the 2022 combined appropriation and budget ordinance for Fund 107, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Schaefer, second by Member Chung. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion's passed.
Thank you. Our general report can be found on pages 16 through 22.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the report of the Justice Committee. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has seven items for action. The first item action is 7D1A, request approval of a resolution of the McLean County Board approving the adoption of the McLean County Multi-Jurisdictional All Hazards Mitigation Plan, AHMP, and there is a link provided, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. There's a second by Member Bell. Sorry. Comments or questions? Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And motion's opposed. I'm sorry. One opposition vote. Did one opposition vote? Okay, member one. Okay, thank you. Motion's passed.
Next item on the agenda is item 7D1B, request approval of a grant agreement between the State of Illinois, Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, and McLean County, number 192213, court services, and there was a link provided, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson, second by Member Bloomfield. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
And opposed? Motion's passed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make a motion to combine items 71C through 71F.
Okay, items C, D, E, and F all pertain to violent crime victims assistance programs. Is there any objection? Hearing none, you may proceed.
I suppose you want me to read them all, so I'll read
Yes.
each one. All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. 7D1C, request approval of a violent crime victims assistance program grant agreement. 7D1D, request approval of a violent crime victims assistance program special project grant agreement amendment. Item 7D1E, request approval of a violent crime victims assistance program grant agreement. And item 7D1F, request approval of a violent crime victims assistance program special project grant agreement amendment, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Schaefer. Any comments or questions? Anybody want to separate these for any reason? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? All right, motion's carried.
The Justice Committee has one last item for action. It's item 71G, request approval of a grant agreement between Illinois Association of Court-Appointed Special Advocates in the County of McLean, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson, second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion has passed.
Mr. Chairman, the Justice Committee has no other items to present for action, and our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll go on to the Property Committee report. Chairman Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Properties items this evening were approved in the consent agenda, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We'll go on to the report of the Land Use and Transportation Committee. Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Likewise, our items were also approved in consent. Land use has no other items for action. I would be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. We're going to the report of the county administrator. Ms. Taylor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have nothing to present this evening.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to item 9 on our agenda, appearances by members of the public and county employees in reference to an item that is not on the agenda. We do have one application from members from the public to speak. And so would Mr. Clayton Thomas please come up to the podium? Welcome, Mr. Thomas. You have 3 minutes to speak. After you start, we'll keep time up there. Thank you.
Members of the board, good evening, and thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Clayton Thomas, and I am a senior agricultural education major at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Tonight, I'd like to address the proposed tax levy cut to the McLean County Extension. Although this topic was not discussed tonight, I will not be here for future meetings as I'll be student teaching in Omaha. I am a 4th-generation 4-H member and am proud to have been a 10-year 4-H member of the Arden Tillers 4-H Club in Carlock. Throughout my 10 years of 4-H, I have served on the Counties Federation Club, served on the McLean County 4-H Show Committee, and served a 2-year term on the Unit 12 Extension Council. Over this 10-year period, I have seen the 4-H program grow in new ways and reach many new audiences. But by far, the best piece that I have had is the privilege to witness the impact and differences that the 4-H program, extension educators, and the county fair make in both rural and urban families' lives. To this day, 4-H is still known for its roots in agriculture, but let me tell you a story that many others can relate to as well. I grew up in the city limits of Bloomington, Illinois, and did not grow up on a farm, yet I was able to exhibit projects such as cooking, visual arts, natural resources, aerospace, leadership at the world's largest county fair, our fair. Without livestock, I still had a place in 4-H. When I was in 5th grade, fellow 4-H families offered me a chance to show rabbits and sheep. Little did I know that when I answered yes to this question, it would lead me into a career in agriculture. Being a 4-H'er who was able to be involved in agriculture while not living on a farm instilled a passionate appreciation for not only the ag industry, but the 4-H program itself. The McLean County 4-H program has taught myself and thousands of individuals how to be outstanding citizens in their community. It teaches fiscal responsibility, appreciation for others, and dependability. No other youth program in the nation starts at such a young age. The 4-H program lives out the definition of generativity. 4-H instills a mindset of reinvestment into our youth. The story I shared is one of many examples of reinvestment into our county's 4-H youth. Currently, every $100 in taxes paid to McLean County, less than 1% is paid to the extension levy. If this percent is cut even more, sure, county taxpayers are going to pay less taxes. But as the program suffers from lack of funds, so will our county. As less youth understand the importance of reinvestment in McLean County, it'll lose ties that attract people back here after college. Vote no to the levy cut and choose to invest in 4-H because it invests back into you, the board members, and our county, McLean County. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. We're going to item 10, other business and communication. Anyone have anything this evening? Well, I have one item. Anyone else?
I have one thing.
Okay.
I just wanted to make everyone aware of the informational meetings that are taking place. We had one in Stanford at the Allen Township Community Building. There's one at Davis Lodge Friday, and there is one Monday in Leroy at the Community Center. And this is an opportunity for people to learn from our assessor, our treasurer, and our county clerk on the recent publications of assessed values and how that takes place and how your assessments and tax bills are prepared and sent and open for many questions, and I encourage anyone to attend those. I know there will be a few others that haven't been scheduled yet for Bloomington and Normal, but it was a very good meeting in Stanford, and I encourage other people to please attend those if they can.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Well, I've learned that on August 10th, yesterday, the Illinois Supreme Court announced its decision to appoint Donald Knapp, effective September 16th, 2022, to fill the vacancy on the 11th Circuit Court created by the retirement of Judge Paul Lawrence. Mr. Knapp has delivered to me a letter of resignation. It's an unconditional notice of his intent to vacate the office of State's Attorney's effective the same day. So I'd like to read it to you. Chairman McIntyre, pursuant to Section 25-2 of the Election Code 10 ILCS 525-2, please consider this my unconditional notice that I will vacate the office of the McLean County State's Attorney on September 16th, 2022. Yesterday, the Illinois Supreme Court entered the attached order appointing me Circuit Judge of the 11th Judicial Circuit at large effective September 16th, 2022. This notice unquestionably triggers the appointment process identified in Section 25-11 of the Election Code for the office of McLean County State's Attorney 10 ILCS 5/25-11 to fill the remainder of my unexpired term. Please know that it is with incredibly mixed emotions that I am serving this notice upon you. While I'm excited to continue my service to the citizens of Central Illinois in the judiciary, working in the McLean County State's Attorney's Office has been the honor of a lifetime. The results achieved by the personnel in the office have truly been historic and unquestionably played a significant role in keeping the citizens of McLean County safe. I have no doubt that the team remaining after my departure stands ready to continue the great work that citizens of the county have come to expect and deserve. Again, it was an honor of a lifetime to be part of that team and serve the citizens of this great county through my work at the State's Attorney's Office. I cannot thank you and the citizens of our community enough for affording me that opportunity. Regards, Donald W. Knapp, Jr., McLean County State's Attorney. Although Mr. Knapp's last day as State's Attorney will be September 16th, Section 5/25-2 of the Election Code establishes that for the purpose of commencing the statutory appointment process under Section 25-11, Mr. Knapp's unconditional notice creates a vacancy effective immediately. Therefore, I'm establishing the following timeline for the appointment process. Resumes and a written application signed by the applicant from all persons seeking appointment shall be submitted to the County Administrator's Office by 12 noon on Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. That's 12 noon on Wednesday, September 7th. The applicant should also fill out an application and send a resume. Between September 7th and September 12th, I will interview all eligible candidates, and on September 12th at 4 p.m., those candidates will be interviewed by the Executive Committee at its regular meeting. I would invite all of you, county board members especially, to attend that and listen to the interviews of the applicants. Following these interviews, my recommendation will be brought to the full county board for its advice and consent at its regular meeting on September 15th, 2022. Anybody have any questions? A lot of information. Everybody get it down? Okay, thank you very much. I don't have any other items for tonight's meeting, so this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the breathing session. Be good to each other. We'll see you again.